All right, we'll start off by taking a look at the fire temperature product again. This is from the GO16 satellite. It's been back online now for about 2 hours. We lost it for about 2 hours earlier this afternoon, this evening. And again, I've been showing this over the last couple of weeks. This picks up heat. And of course, the fire is putting out a tremendous amount of heat. So you can see all the fires that are burning in the west right now. These are all those lightning fires that started about 2 weeks ago in southwestern parts of Oregon. If you look off, you can see there's a fire right there in far eastern parts of Oregon. That's the Ferguson fire burning by Yosemite. So giving you a little bit of perspective, all those other fires that are burning in the west, you'll notice the Carr fire sticks out. This is an extremely active and hot fire. Also keep in mind, we have pyrocumulus clouds that keep going up on this fire. This was that giant pyrocumulus cloud that formed about 2 hours ago, or a little over 2 hours ago. That got picked up by the upper levels of the atmosphere. That wind shear grabs it and kind of cuts it off from the fire and then scoots it off to the northeast. So you'll notice how it's kind of taking off to the northeast into Modoc County. But you'll notice we actually have a new one kind of going up towards the end of this animation. So it's actually blocking the view of the fire a little bit. So it actually looks like the fire is getting weaker, but it's just because that new pyrocumulus cloud is blocking the northern half of the fire. And we are seeing very high levels of fire activity being picked up by this heat signature. It scans at different wavelengths. So the shorter the wavelength, the hotter the fire, if you're able to see it on that wavelength. So we're going down the infrared spectrum with these wavelengths. All right, let's switch back to weather graphics. Again, air quality index levels. These are the 7 o'clock updates. Are we in the 8 o'clock hour now? I've lost track of time. 7:50. Okay, so this is the latest one. This came down at 7 o'clock. And again, where you see the red contour, that is unhealthy. So you need to limit your time outdoors. And you'll notice how the unhealthy for sensitive groups has also been spreading. So anywhere you see the oranges and reds, just you need to stay indoors. Now, the big concern tonight, the winds. The winds have been picking up as we've gone through the last hour or so. And we will be tracking gusty northwest winds through the rest of this evening, just like last night. And even going back to Tuesday night, still some very low relative humidity values at 8 o'clock this evening. One thing to know about this map, we set it so that the only wind barbs that you see on it are for winds that are at or above 15 miles per hour. So you'll notice 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, not seeing winds above 15 miles per hour. We heat things back up, relative humidity values fall, and then just like today, this evening, what we're seeing right now, the northwest winds pick back up again tomorrow, and we will be going through this once again. It looks like the wind's even a little bit stronger tomorrow, so still very concerned. And again, there's a look at the visible satellite. You can see all the smoke in the area. Again, you can see that new pyrocumulus cloud going up over the fire. You can even see the shadow being cast by that pyrocumulus cloud. That's the shadow as the sun is getting a little bit lower in the atmosphere. So you can see how the shadow is kind of spreading over top of all this wildfire smoke. I know we need to go to some more live shots. I wanted to show the radar real quick, and we'll zoom in a little bit closer where you see the yellows, the oranges. That is where the radar is picking up on all that particulate matter, all that debris, all that ash that is being lofted into the atmosphere. Again, the radar beam goes out at an angle. The radar is in Butte County, so it has to travel a far distance. So by the time it makes it to Shasta County, it's pretty high up in the atmosphere. So what you're seeing is being scanned well above the atmosphere. So you'll notice we've got some really high returns right near and then the downtown Redding area. But again, you want to look off to the west because that debris is getting lofted into the atmosphere and then being scanned by the radar. So the worst conditions likely a little bit further off to the west and southwest. And once again, all these heat products still in place. We hit 113 today in Redding. We're expecting just slightly cooler conditions tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Rob. Now, as we stay on the air, there are new mandatory evacuations. According to the Shasta County Sheriff's Office, the fire is encroaching on the community of Mary Lake, and all of Mary Lake is being evacuated. The fire is just now 6% contained. It was just 10%.